So I'm heading out to another book signing. I'm only going to be going for one author. There's about 3 authors, but I think one is only going to be a moderator. So I'm going to be seeing Darcy Woods. She is the author of The Summer of Supernovas, and I've actually talked to her before online, and she is so amazing. So the way I've talked to her before is that I actually follow a couple book blogs. I don't follow a lot. And one of the ones that I follow, she was doing a lot of promotion for this book. And one of the promotions she did was she did an author interview with Darcy Woods. And Darcy was so amazing in the interview. She is so cool. And I really, really loved her in the interview. So I was like, I must read her book. So I commented that on the blog post. I really want to read her book. She's so cool. And then Darcy actually responded to me. She was like, I'm excited for you to read my book now. And then we started talking, and then I was like, you're so cool. Can you please come to Mysterious Galaxy? Because I really want to meet you. And she was like, well, we're actually looking into that for a signing, me and my friend, the other author that's coming. It all depends on availability, so I don't know for sure if we're going there. And then a month or 2 later, I was checking Mysterious Galaxy to see if they were doing any events, and her name popped up with the friend that she said she was thinking about doing the event with, and I was like, oh my god, I was so excited to meet her. The same blog, she posted more promo for her book, and then that was after I found out that she was coming to Mysterious Galaxy, and I commented that I was so excited to meet her now that I knew that she was coming, but I didn't say that I was going to Mysterious Galaxy. I was just like, I'm so excited to meet her. And then she responded to me again, and she was like, wait, I'm meeting you at Mysterious Galaxy? And she actually remembered that I had asked her to come, and she was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to meet you. And I'm like, I'm excited to meet you. And I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. I've never actually talked to an author before online, before meeting them. It's always just been like, the first time was like at a signing. So this is so exciting, and I'm so excited to meet her. And I read Summer of Supernovas last week, and it was so freaking amazing. I forgot to show my outfit before I left, but the main character of Summer of Supernovas, I think I mentioned this in my wrap-up, but she's like really obsessed with vintage clothing, and she's really obsessed with like the vintage look, especially from the 40s, but also like the 50s and the 60s. And so I have a dress that's kind of 50s, but like, I don't know how much you can see of my dress, but like, this is my dress. Trying to embody the character.
So that Team Marisa made quite a few mistakes, but she got her shit together.
What was she wearing?
What's that?
What was she wearing?
An Esprit ensemble with 9 West slingbacks.
And Team Darcy, would you have been friends with Team Marisa?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Because I'm pretty sure I was rocking a similar ensemble.
Yeah.
And my jellies.
Yeah.
I loved
I
my
had those
jellies.
too.
I should have known then that I would probably write stories that had some sort of romantic angle at that age, because I was basically reading the mystery to find out if Ned and Nancy would kiss. So we see a pattern here.
Yeah, I mean, the high school where my husband teaches has like spread this rumor that Evan in the book is him. You know, like it's. I mean, they just want.
Of course,
people want it to be your life.
Like, I have to have a clear writing space. Like, I can't have lots of clutter around me. I'll spend a lot of time like getting my space just perfect, and I'm telling myself it's feng shui, but it's avoidance.
California people tell them how big your yard is.
Oh, yeah. I live on 5 wooded acres, so it's like, it's green. We actually have wetlands.
I don't know any of you, and I'm very
She
sure
doesn't
none
hear
of you do.
when the neighbor sneezes next door.
No, I don't. And there's no street lights. So like when it's dark, it's like pitch black. So when I say that I'm sitting out there and I got the inspiration for this looking up at the stars, it's because I can see them.
Yeah.
Because there's no light pollution. Usually we'll write like maybe a 500 word or so outline that reads like the back of a book, and I'm like, things happen and it's really exciting and stuff and shenanigans and mayhem and all of that. And but no, I get the gist of like what the book is about and kind of what the major conflict is, and then from there I just kind of go.
Yeah.
I almost think of it as like a telephone polls. So I'll have like these ideas of like major things, and whenever I get stuck, I'm always like, what's the worst thing I could do to my character right now?
Yeah.
Like, what would just make their life pure and living hell? And then I write that. And so I'll have, you know, these scenes, and then it's like I fill the rest in with word spackle, and then the book is done.
Yeah.
Voila, look at that. I call it accidental brilliance, where like, you know, you'll write a few chapters or something, and then somebody's like, oh my gosh, I love how you like picked up the thread of this and put it there, and I'm like, totally meant to do that. Totally. I like put ink all over my hands so I could do like these handprints on things and study like all the swirls and patterns. And I mean, basically I came away with the knowledge that I'm not going to be a serial killer, so I was pretty stoked about that. So you know that like when I took upon myself to write this book, and I got a few books on astrology, I like started breaking into hives because I'm like, how am I ever going to do this with any kind of accuracy? And what's intriguing to me about astrology is like there are so many cultures that incorporate it into their, I mean, the Vedic astrology in India, like they would actually use that to determine whether or not somebody was guilty of a crime, like based on their stars, which that could be a whole nother book I could write. I ate a lot of fast food because I didn't get to growing up. So I was like, McDonald's, yes! We had 2 different offers on this book over the course of a year. And the first offer came, and then about a week later it was withdrawn.
Right after you've told everyone.
Yeah, and we didn't know why. And then a few months later, we learned that that particular imprint of Bloomsbury had shut down. So then we got an offer from another publishing house for just a digital imprint. And a few weeks later, that got withdrawn because HarperCollins had just bought out Harlequin, and they shut down that particular imprint. So I'm like, I am the effing Grim Reaper of publishing houses. Like, don't touch me. I will put a pox on your house.
The lighting is crap because it's like it's almost dark, and then all I have is this light anyways. So I just got out of the signing, and it was so fun. And I talked to Darcy first, and she's just so amazing. I told her that I've talked to her before, and she was like, oh, I get to meet you, and she was all happy, and she was like, oh my god, thank you so much for coming. And then I told her how much I loved her book, and she was like, oh, that makes me so happy. And I told her how her book made me so happy, and she said, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to write a book that made people happy, because I feel like everybody always gravitates towards the dark books. Nobody really goes towards the contemporary happy books. And it's so true. I feel like, especially on Booktube, I feel like people don't really read contemporary at all. Like, it's rare that there's like a booktuber that's like really into contemporary, or maybe I just don't watch them, because like I feel like Booktube does not like contemporary, which is really sad because contemporary is amazing. I mean, it's really, some contemporaries are like really fluffy, and maybe they're not super meaningful, but they're so fun, and like they make you so happy inside. And the moderator, I think her name was Tom, she did an amazing job moderating. She definitely did a lot of different things than people usually do. She had them read like a random page from their book, and then she also had them read the first page in their book, and I've never seen that done at a signing, but I feel like it's probably like the first page has probably been done before. Like I said before, I tried to dress kind of vintage, and I told her that, and she was like, oh, you look so cute. And then she had on a vintage dress, and she said, I've actually gone out and bought a bunch of vintage dresses because of my character, which I thought was awesome. The crowd was really small, so I got to talk to Darcy for quite a bit, which was nice. So now I want to do a bit of a haul. I was actually walking around the bookstore, the YA section, and I saw this book, and I was looking at it, and it was a mermaid book, and then I opened it, and it was signed, and I was like, oh my god, I should get this. And so I got this book. Look how pretty it is, and it's signed. I totally got this on a whim. I actually bought a book in store. This is like a mermaid book about this mermaid who has to come live on land. I'm all about that. I freaking love mermaid books. A bookmark for the book, and then there's also a sticker of the cover, and it's signed. I got Summer Supernovas signed. And she wrote, "You are made of stars." And then I got this magnet. And then I also got a few pins. Okay, so this was the other author. I got a bookmark from her. I got this pin. It says, "I swoon for vintage." And then this one says, "I swoon for destiny," and it has all the stars. Anyways, I think I'd end the vlog here. I had such an amazing time at the signing. The moderator did such an amazing job, and both authors were so great. It's so amazing to finally meet Darcy after talking to her in the vlog comments and her being just so amazing and me loving her book so much. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. My Bookstagram and my Goodreads is down below. Comment below if you've read any of the books that were being promoted. And when you think of contemporary, are you guys contemporary readers? Am I just like the only one who feels like nobody reads contemporary? But it's just so amazing. Anyways, au revoir!